Come back. I have another tutorial for you for this exhibition. Now I'm not 100% sure about this one. This is something I'm going to try. I haven't done this in a very long time. It's a kind of a monochrome, kind of a monotone type of a painting. So it's kind of 2 or 3 colours. It's almost a black and white. So I thought I might put this one into the exhibition as well, because it's something that a lot of the local people will know, and it's something completely different as well to what might be there. So it's a different take on a particular place in Cork. Now I also, at the end of this tutorial, I am going to show you all the paintings framed. Now I was busy working on some framing here. I'll just show you. I was painting some frames, getting them all ready. So I have 1, 2, 3 there, and I have the big one on the floor. I just gave them a lick of paint just now, and they're getting ready for these lovely pictures. So we have that lovely bridge that I did. I have this lovely seascape. Now we already have this one framed. Also I have the dark hedges. So that's another one which I am going to frame. There's a lovely one. And I also will frame this. Now this is the picture. Can you see? It's the Butter Market in Cork City, north side of Cork here, and it's a very prominent landmark. It's a very big building with big pillars on the front of it here. Okay. Now I'm going to do this with just the 3 colours. I have black, Naples yellow, and white. The Naples yellow really is only just to bring a bit of light into the painting, that's all. It'll be mostly kind of black and white. And I thought it might be different. Now, I'm going to put like a very old-fashioned cart here. You know, the old-fashioned cart with the big wheels, just resting on the floor. So it's kind of really dating back to very early days in Cork. And I thought this might be nice. Now, I might add a splash of colour somewhere. You see, it's going to be black and white mostly, and perhaps somebody walking with maybe a red umbrella, or just somebody with a red jumper walking or something. I don't know, I'll see. It might look fine as it is, black and white, but it's something I'm going to try. Now I have a picture on the phone here. Let me just show you. I'm using my daughter's phone here for this. That's the picture I'm going to go for. And you can see that cart in the front, very old fashioned. It's a very old photograph. And that's pretty much what I was thinking I might do. So I might try it. I'll try it and see how I get on. Okay? What the heck? Let's just try it and give it a go. It's only paint. It's only 3 colours. I'm not going to lose much paint, really, am I? So I'll hook the camera up here and we'll paint this lovely picture and see how we get on with it. Working with 3 colours. Okay? And it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to be learning a lot about shadows and separating colours, separating light tones and dark tones, a lot of that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's go and have a bit of fun with this, and we'll frame. I'll show you the pictures framed then when I'm finished. Okay, so enjoy. Okay, here we go. You can see the picture on your screen, and this is not something I would normally paint, I'll be honest, but I like to paint kind of local stuff as well. Keep it local. This is really only a stone's throw from where I live here, in the north side. So yeah, I'm going to start. I have a little, well, I have a good drop of turpentine in my bowl, my little cup here, my little jar. Just turpentine, nothing else. I'm not going to use thinners or anything like that. Right, black, Naples yellow, and white. That's it. That is all we need. And also, I'm recording this now on a separate microphone on my smartphone next to me here, just to give a bit of clearer audio. I hope it works, but look, we'll see. I'm taking my flat brush, a regular size, what is a size 10? Flat brush, and I'm just going to make a very whitey sky. Okay, it's very whitey, like kind of a grey sky. Let me just get my picture on screen here. Okay, I can see it there now. It's just very white, isn't it? So I'm going to dampen this, dab it on my tissue so it's a little damp, and let's take some white. I'll take a touch of Naples yellow, and that's really only because I want a kind of a very bright sky, bright whitey kind of a sunlit sky. as a backdrop, and the little touch of naples yellow just helps to give it that kind of luminous feel, the white. Now, just going right across the top of those, going around all of these very loosely, and I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out. It could turn out absolutely rubbish, I just don't know. Okay, but this is the fun, isn't it? Isn't this what it's all about, trying it? Now take a touch of black, slight touch, and as we get higher I'm just going to darken it ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. It's just going to be a fairly bland sky really, because this is going to be the focal point really, isn't it? I don't want to put loads of clouds and stuff like that up into the sky, because it will take away from this centerpiece, as I would like to call it. And this is the old butter market in Cork. This is where they used to make the butter years and years and years ago. Now it's just pretty much a kind of a museum. And they do all kinds of events and stuff here. So it really is Cork at its best. The oldest part of Cork, it really is. And if you're in Cork, you have to visit this place. It's a must. And the old Fork and Crane is just next to it here. Now when I say Fork and Crane, it's F-I-R, not the other one. And that's an events centre as well. And they do all kinds of community work there, which is fantastic. And Shandon Bells is just on the right here. So you have a lot of stuff going on in the one little place, the one street. And it's a fantastic place. I love it, I really do. Now, just filling the sky in very, very quickly. I should have used a big brush really, but I just picked up a small brush. Well, we're nearly there anyway, look. And it's a 16 by 12 canvas. I primed it twice. And that should give me some leeway with the paint, being able to smooth the paint out and move it around nice and easily on the canvas. So yeah, this is going to be interesting, I think. And as I was saying at the beginning, you know, maybe a splash of colour somewhere. And I still have no idea yet what that splash of colour is going to be, but I think just one splash of colour somewhere might be nice. So there, I have that sky done. Now I will just put one cloud, one or two, the small little white cloud here and there. Look, just to give it just a little bit of life up there. Okay, it doesn't have to be too much. Just the odd one. Just to break it up a little. You know, I don't want it to be just completely bland either. And that will even do, that's fine. So on to our building already. You see how fast that went? Very quickly now. I'm just going to quickly start blocking in this building. Alright, and we can separate the lights from the darks then later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a nice medium grey. Now I was planning on using burnt sienna instead of Naples yellow, but then it might kind of turn into a kind of a sepia type of a painting, sepia colour. So I thought the yellow might be a bit more natural for black and white. So some black, some white. I'm going to take a touch of turpentine just to soften that, moisten it a bit, because we want to make plenty of this. And I'm going to add a touch of Naples yellow into this as well. You see, that just softens the grey, makes it nice, and that's a lovely combination for a grey now, especially with the Naples yellow. It gives it a very kind of vintage kind of a grey feel, I find. The Naples yellow does. It's fantastic. Now let's just start. Let's have a look at these here now. Block these in. I block in the sections. I leave the openings, the doors, that type of stuff. I'm just going to leave those for now. I just want to get this really kind of in very quickly. See, I'm not worried too much. I'm going to darken it slightly. There's a bit of a roof on that. There we go. Then this building next to it. So you see, I'm going to then separate all of the buildings with a small flat brush later and a detail brush. Do you understand? So I'm just getting just the rough shapes in. That's it, that's all I'm doing. I'll add lights and darks over all of these in a minute. So I'm pulling the roof down in that direction. I'm going to take a touch of Naples yellow and we'll add a touch of warmth into this one here. And it's very satisfying painting a picture like this because it's only 3 colours, so there's very little that can actually go wrong. You should try it sometime. Now, I haven't painted like this in a very, very long time, in a couple of years in fact. So if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. We'll worry about the details later. So I'm going to keep mixing up this colour now, just blocking in areas. Okay, I'll go here inside this. Now this will be quite dark in here afterwards. Okay, I'm going to leave the area in the middle. The doorway is very dark, so I'm going to leave those. I'll put those in with dark paint. I'll fill in all the different sections of the walls here now. I'm just going to fill those in. Very, very free, very open. You see? Just simple, broad brush strokes. Not thinking about details at all. And let's go up here and pull these ones down. I might change brushes in a minute for some of these. Let me get this one at the side. And this is how I'm creating the perspective now in the painting. The front sections are just straight, but the back ones that fall backwards, they go down on the canvas at an angle like that. Do you see? Now I'm just going to make them a little darker up there. So these are in shadow, most of them. And I'm pulling them straight down. Although my brush is turned at an angle, I'm pulling them straight down. You see? And look, let's go right across the front of these as well. And we can lighten some of these later. Right. Take a look at this now. Let's see how this is evolving in front of us. Okay, I'll get this part in. We've just covered the entire building just with a nice medium grey first, I think. And we work on our tones after that. That's probably the best thing to do, I would say. Now, there's probably a certain way of doing this in the art world. Those of you who went to college and are real professional artists, as I would call you, you probably have a much better idea of doing something like this. But this is how I would approach this type of a painting. You know, this is just my way. But do feel free to offer me advice. Please do. So, coming down through here. I will leave the pillars, I think, because they're going to be very bright. I'm going to put those in a bright colour later. So, I might as well just leave those. Otherwise, it'll just become a complete block of grey. and it might become difficult to distinguish one from the other. Now I'm going to put this in a slightly paler colour because it's kind of off in the distance here over at the side, hiding. So I'm just going to put a nice pale colour on that. And again, I'm going to go around those darks just to separate them so I don't lose my drawing. Okay, see, just nice and simple. There we go, just like that. And across the bottom. So see how fast now we've gotten all this done. But I'm going to start putting in some of the darks here. So with a damp brush, small flat brush, take some black, touch of Naples yellow. And let's start up here, look. And I'm really looking forward to this exhibition because I think the paintings I have, I think will be really eye-catching, and I think I'll have a decent chance of selling something to help this charity out. So let's cross our fingers, eh? And I put a real dark one in here. Now I could also, perhaps later, even add a touch of blue with the black just to give those shadows a bit more kick. That's a possibility. Let's just leave that like that. We'll worry about details later. Not thinking about details. We have a nice dark one here, don't we? This is the main entrance into the building, and let's just try and get it relatively circular. There we go, we'll bring that down. Also, I will start darkening some of the sections in at the back here. So we have one that kind of comes across like this. I do want to darken them slightly, and I'm going to darken some of these here. And this is difficult now because it's wet into wet, but you can always touch it up when it's dry, can't you? And some of these are in darkness here. So my plan really is to put in all the highlights at last. So just get the general feel of the building done and then put in nice highlights later on top, see? And really pick out where the sun is coming from. Now, adding a touch across there. Let me see now, I'm looking. I'll darken this roof here, and I'm going to put it at a side angle just to make it look like it is a roof coming down. And I'll darken it as it's coming along. See? And also I'm going to darken it here a little. So this is in shadow, and I want to show that it's in shadow just slightly. I'm going to darken the front of this building here. And I'm not making my lines completely straight, they don't have to be completely perfect. It's an old building, and I want to show that in the painting. I don't want to be doing absolutely perfectly straight lines all of the time, okay? And I can fix I can fix lines as I go, you see. The old hands are getting shaky, lads, I tell you that. There we go, and let's darken down here slightly. So I'm kind of pretty much only using black and naples yellow, that's all. I'm going to darken in underneath here as well. And I'm going to pull it down softly. I'll do the same on this side. So the pillows are going to be bright now standing out against these. That's what I'm aiming for, let's say. Okay, we have a lot of dark detail in here, don't we? So let's just try and give an impression of some of these pieces coming across. Okay, see? Just have a bit of fun with this. I'm not taking this too seriously. Now, nice and dark in here. So let me just sit back now for a moment and take a look at this. How are we getting on? Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So let me darken this one back here, because there'll be a shadow cast on this, won't there? So the sun is coming down here from the left. So just bear that in mind when you're doing this type of work. All this, you see, is hidden in underneath, so it's going to be quite dark, isn't it? And trying to capture lights and darks within a dark, that's the tricky bit. That's the tricky bit. Right, I'll go over here and get some of these in, I think. Some of these archways, just quickly, just with a subtle colour, a bit of naples yellow, a bit of black. And I don't know if there'll be a part 2 to this. There might be, because I do want to get a lot of kind of knife work and stuff like that later on. So there may very well be a part 2 to this. I was hoping to get it done in one session, but because there's so much drawing and sketching in this painting, I think it might be a bit ambitious, wouldn't it? So time will tell, isn't that right? Okay, how are we looking now? Right, I'm going to just straighten some of these here. See, just going to kind of straighten them up a little bit. Let me add a touch of contrast into these. We pick up some naples yellow with some white, lighten one or two of these. But they are catching a bit of the sun, aren't they? We have a little kind of a pod, a little bit of a chimney or something sticking up in the distance here. So I better get that in. And then we get a pointy brush. and pick up a little paint and put a small roof on this and a bit of light to this side. So here we go. And it's really, when you get to the details, that's when you kind of really start enjoying this type of a painting, isn't it? I find. Now I want to, let me see, I'm kind of moving on to my smaller brushes now, and I just want to straighten some of these tops here. And just bring it down like this. It's becoming more and more defined, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go around. I'm going to go around one of these doors here with a slightly lighter colour. Now, if I'm having trouble with your paint kind of moving around on canvas, just add a touch of linseed oil. In fact, you could even just use linseed oil on its own and dip into the linseed oil, and that'll help your paint really kind of flow nicely. Now, my canvas is still kind of quite rough. I suppose, thinking back, I could have just done this on MDF maybe. That would have been quite nice too, to get some nice smooth effects. But what harm, it's okay. I don't mind. Now take a bit of black and we get some little details in around here. Small details. Right, so we're going to cross there, we're going to turn like this, and we also have a door on this side, entrance. Because it's kind of on the side, you're not going to see the arch as prominent, but I'll try to make it look like it's an arch at least. There we go. And let's see, now we'll continue this on. Let's make this arch a bit wider actually. There, that's a bit better. And we have a little window up here. I'm just going to suggest it now very roughly just for now. Just so we can start developing it along a little. Right, we have, see, it's kind of lots of lines, isn't it? It's just lots and lots of lines. We'll worry about the little details later on. So let me just see now. This actually goes across this way, like so. And we've one underneath here. Comes across. I'll darken this just slightly. Look, I'll go over my door again and just darken it slightly for this side of the building. And then we put our door in again. Oh yeah, this is the famous Butter Market in Cork. Beautiful, beautiful building. And it's a very kind of, it's a very imposing building. So it really kind of makes itself, kind of known. when you walk past it, it's like here I am, you know, and it's a very fascinating part of Cork, I think. For me, it is. Let's carry these lines across here. So we're slowly coming along with this. Slowly but surely, isn't that right? Yeah, that's that. And I'm just going to hit that roof with some sunlight. So I'm going to take some Naples yellow with some white, and I'm going to pull a little bit along there, just like that. Okay. And I'll come along now again, and I'm going to just start darkening some of these areas. So in under here now I'm going to darken this again. And I'll do the same in around here. Just flicking the brush down. There we go. And we do it again. That's nice, isn't it? It looks quite well in there. There's a very dark section just in under there. I'll do the same on this side. And I'm doing all this now with just black. Just regular black. Right, okay, moving along. I'm going to just darken some parts of this. And I'll darken just a little on this side of the building here. And you can as well use your blender brush to soften some areas. So if you're doing a building similar to this, or if you're doing a building, any building in general, you can just use your blender brush and kind of soften certain areas together. Okay. So I'm just going to separate it there. I'm going to lighten some areas in this building here. Again, just focusing on some details. Right, how are we looking? We'll put in these pillars, shall we? So let's mix in a nice bright grey for those. Now I don't want to kind of take them away from the rest of the building entirely, but I do want them to stand out. Okay. So I think that's probably okay there. There we go. You see, they're slightly lighter than the rest of the building. Right. That is one. And we move over to this side. Now I will put a bit of tone on these, don't worry, I won't just leave them like this. I'll add some tones here and there. And it's kind of interesting painting like this because you're kind of learning yourself as you go. You're learning different techniques, you're learning different aspects of the kind of monotone type of painting. So yeah, it's quite enjoyable. Now I'm going to darken the bottom ends of these. I'll take some Naples yellow with some black and I'll just darken them from the bottom up slightly. Now I'll get a bit more for this one. And I'm kind of flicking it up and disappearing into that colour above. Okay, let's go a bit more. A little bit further with this. Because I also want to show that they're kind of circled, they're cylinders, and I want to show that in the painting. And I suppose the best way of showing that is to put a highlight on one side and a shadow on the other side. So let me get my, I'm just thinking here now. I could use a palette knife for this. So if I just get myself some more Naples yellow and take a moment. And in fact, before I progress, look, what I'm going to do is just take my soft brush and I'm going to just soften some of the grey. Just to take some brush strokes out, just because I don't want the full brush strokes either, you know what I mean? So look, I'm just going to soften some parts of them down. There we go. I can pull these across like that slightly. And that's even made a big difference now, hasn't it? That's helped already, I think. Right, palette knife, and very little amounts now, just a tiny bit of Naples yellow and a bit of white, and on the left hand side of these pillars I'm going to flick with a little curve, okay? Did you see that? Just a little curve, and that will help tell you the direction of the stone. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, look. And then I'm going to use my fan brush after this. So I get myself my little fan brush, okay, my small fan brush, and I'm going to very gently try, okay, I'm going to try and pull these around in a curve. Let's just see. Right, how's that looking? Not too bad. Now I'll darken it, I will darken some along the top, because again there's going to be a bit of shadow cast up there, so I'm going to darken some of those. I'm going to take me some black, take a touch of that Naples yellow, and I'll do the very same the opposite way up here. And I pick up another little bit, and I'll bring this side down slightly further, I think. So now we can have a light side and a dark side on these pillars. There we go. Right, so we can come back to all of this. Next. I get a little archway in at the back of that. There's a little archway over here, which I'm going to try and fit in. Well, it's kind of hiding behind the pillar. And also I'm going to sharpen behind some of these pillars as well, so I can sharpen up some of this, you see, like that. And I can do the same with this side here. And you can use a detail brush for this if you like, if you're not confident. Okay. Straighten some of these. Some light over on that side, and clean with my flat brush, some Naples yellow and some white, and there's some nice light hitting this building here. So I'm going to do it from the roof down. And because it's wet into wet now, it's going to be a little trickier. But look, give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay, I'm going to put some light across here. And I put a piece across the roof again. So you can kind of begin to see it now just come together very slightly, can't you? Now we can touch up the pillars again, add some more light to them later. Okay, I'm not worried so much about them. Okay, maybe a little just here. I'll use a nice thick paint now for this, nice thick brush strokes. Alright. A bit across the top of that. I'll pull a piece here. And I will lighten some parts of this. I want this to kind of fade off into the background really, because it's the way off in the distance. Alright, and no, I think we'll focus on these little steps and things at the front here, yes? Yeah, let's get those in. Now they're quite light on the photograph, so let's put them in nice and light first. We can worry about details later. So it's coming up like that. Now I'm bringing this straight across here because it's a bit all over the place, isn't it? And I'm going to darken. I will darken it slightly, look, just across one of these. Okay, good. And we have this one that comes in here. And we have little steps on the front. Now I'm going to lighten this. And we are coming on nicely, I must say. I'm going to put some light around in here. Now there's a little white, don't know what it is, it's like just a feature in here. And I will, to highlight the door more, I'm just going to lighten the arch around the doorway. Just ever so slightly. And suggest some light going into the building as well. And we have little pieces across the front of these. Okay. And I bet this is something now that you're not used to doing, painting like this. I think it's good to try. Just try, at least try. And you never know, you might impress yourself. Isn't that right? So you won't know till you try it. So I'm just concentrating now on a few little details just here and there. Okay, there's little small plinths on top of these, little blocks. So I'll just suggest some of those. Now you can kind of see it, you know, coming together now slowly, isn't it? We're getting there, as the fella says. Slowly but surely. Now, some little details inside here. Let's just try and sharpen up some of these around the place. We have one here. Small little lines, that's all there. And I love this kind of wet into wet here, because even though this now is just plain black hair that I'm using, it's picking up all the different colours. The white and the bits of yellow, and it's picking them all up. And you know, it's nice and spontaneous. And there's one across here. And I think we're missing one in the middle. How's that looking? Is that coming on alright? Are we getting the very kind of vintage look yet? I hope we are. Now we have a couple of little black things up on top. I don't know what they are. I can't see them in the photograph exactly, but there's 3 on each. So I'll just do a very rough impression of them. They're there, whatever they are, and there's a hint of them on this side as well. So I'll just put a suggestion of them there. And we have a lighter colour up over that, don't we? See, I'm only just putting like a little impression of it there, that's all. No. So every so often now I'm kind of sitting back and looking, see how it's all coming together. I am going to add a touch of a light, some of these. I'm going to come down and darken in around here. So these are the steps leading into the building. Just pull some dark colour across there. So it's just an impression. That's all I'm going for. It's just an impression. Now I'm going to get a very small brush just for a moment. Let me just find a very small pointy brush. And I'm going to suggest just one or two of the bricks in this because they're very big stones in this, okay? They're huge. So I think it's worth just showing some of them. Couple of lines, look here and there. You know, nothing too fancy. And I'm going to get some nice light now on this side. And I'm going to get some nice light in here. And also on the sides of the little pillar cappings here. And as well, see, just little dabs. Little dabs of paint, just to show it off more. Okay, we're getting there slowly, aren't we? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go in and get a cup of coffee. And I'll come back out, I'll take a look at this. I might make a part 2 so I can take my time. But nonetheless, they'll both be uploaded at the same time anyway. Isn't that right? So, yeah. Okay, we'll leave it at that, everyone. I'll go and get a coffee, I'll come back in part 2 and we'll finish this, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Do not go anywhere. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you so much. And I'll see you in part 2.